Hello, beautiful people. My name is Shadz, but my friends and my family call me Shadz. So this is a Thru Shadz Eyes. Listen, the whole point of this video is I want to come to you all and talk to you about how I became a self-published author by 23 years old. Am I looking in the damn camera? I don't even know where I'm looking. Guess what? I have some disclaimers for you. I'm not telling you that this is the only way to do it. I'm not telling you there's a right or a wrong way. I'm by no means a professional. This is just the steps I took, a rookie, and what got me through the process. Okay, so I just want to share for you in the form of a timeline. I want to bring you into my head through my eyes how this started from nothing to something that I physically feel and touch daily. After this whole process, I got kind of scatterbrained, so I took some notes. So if you see me looking down a lot, I'm looking at my notes to make sure I fact check myself and to make sure I don't skip any of the important steps. First things first, time frame. I get this question a lot. How long did it take you? Let me tell you. See, I had this secret blog back in 2015, right? It's a secret because I didn't tell anybody about my blog. I just wanted a virtual diary to go and vent, basically. I was going through some little heartbreaks, disappointments, and for me, writing has always been an outlet just to get all my thoughts out there, even if no one else saw it. I had this secret blog back in 2015, and the idea of my book was conceived in 2017. I added content to the book upon consistently every month up until May 2018 because I wanted it to be like a graduation gift for myself. I was graduating May 2018 and I was like, yes, girl, how cool would it be if you finish a book and publish it for your graduation? That's the best graduation gift ever. I was on fire. May 2018 came around and I missed the date that I set for myself to publish my book. All the content was there and I just lost motivation. When I tell you for the rest of 2018, it was on and off, on and off. And I'm going to show you some messages with my accountability partners, two of my favorite accountability partners, how they were on my neck, back, trying to keep me on track. And so I picked it up again February of 2019, on and off, on and off, on and off. Then finally, December 2019, I was so fed up about all the delay I've been putting on my goals. I know the original May 2018 date passed, but I was just so fed up that I was delaying. Something lit me across my head and I said, this is it. And I worked on it, I kid you not, about 12 to 12 hours straight until it was done. Conceived in 2017, officially done 2019, with a lot of on and off, like roller coaster in between. So now that you have a general time frame of how long it took me, it's only right that I tell you about my inspiration. How did I get here? Why did I choose to write a book? I was walking to my class September of 2017. I remember this vividly. College, walking through my sociology class, lost, empty, zombie. Because at this point in college, I was really struggling to find myself in the world, my purpose and my passion. I wasn't walking in it. And as I was walking to class, literally a voice, I believe is God. I believe in God. So I believe that a voice told me, Shadz, that book, that secret blog that you have, I want you to take it down, right? And compile this into a book that every girl who is sad, inspired, unmotivated can pick it up and read it. You know how many people your story can touch? And when I tell you, I was frantically walking to my class. And I should not be doing this, but I took my phone out. I took the notes section out. And I was just typing, okay, write a book, put it in a handbook. And I was writing every single thing that came to my mind. Like while I was walking to class, I was so fired up. Like something was pushing me to do it. I felt the actual fire to do this book. And the next in my timeline was the layout. I went back to my dorm room, right? And I took out my notes section and I just started visualizing the book. I was feeling it. I could see it. My inspo was like a driver's ed book. You know those little small books that you get that is small, you're learning how to drive, you can flip through, you take what you need and you put it down. Or like a code of conduct when you're starting a new job. That's what I was going for. And then I didn't want necessarily it to be a story where one chapter followed the other. It's a diary. So I wanted it to read like a diary because I was not going to change anything inside. The fire was going, right? The fire was burning. And then I stopped for a second and then I said, but how, Sway? How am I going to actually do this? So then I started thinking about my resources. And the first thing I thought about was circle of influence. Who do I know? Who can I message? Who can I contact that actually wrote a book before? Kindle Direct Publishing was where it was at because it's formulated to be a self-publishing guide. I literally went on kdp.amazon.com, right? And I created a free account. Everything was step by step. There was literally no messing up. I clicked on where it said create a paperback. And I'm going to put a picture of how it looks. I clicked on create a paperback. And then the cool thing about this website is it won't allow you to move on to the consequence step if you didn't do the previous one. It ensures that you take the time to do every single step. But it was super duper simple. I remember it being things like title of the book and things along that nature. And once you filled out all those baseline information, you went on where it said paperback content, and then you had to upload your manuscript. At this point, I already had my whole entire book finished, right? I had my whole entire book. So in that time frame that I gave you, this is around post May 2018. I have everything. So my manuscript was basically my book in a Microsoft Word document. I uploaded it and then I had to get to editing and error checking, which is something on the website. It literally shows you all your errors. Let me tell you something. This was tedious. And that's where all the procrastination started. It was so tedious, and this was the most challenging part of the book for me. But this is where YouTube taught me a lot. This is where I went on YouTube videos and I looked up how to fix my margin, how to create a table of contents. I had my manuscript opened and I had a YouTube page open, and I would just literally go step by step, multiple different people trying to edit this book. I'm recording this video right now to just document the formatting of my book, Thru Shadz Eyes, A Girl's Journey Through Self-Growth. I've been working on this for a couple years, but consistently today I've been on this document since about 10 a.m. I know it's 7 p.m. just starting over, and I feel like so frustrating, so tedious, but I cannot give up. But the cool thing is Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP, it showed you where exactly you needed to fix. I'm gonna show you a picture of that. It had a whole screen that said error, and it showed like 1, 2, 5, 10, 11, which was basically in that manuscript document the page number that you needed to fix, right? Mine was definitely a lot to do with margin errors. Like if I printed my book, this word would fall out of the margin kind of thing. The very unique thing I believe about my book is with error checking, I wasn't really checking for grammar. I wanted my book, which is Thru Shadz Eyes, it's like a diary, as I said before, to be a diary, raw, uncut, unedited, which means in my book I had like text in language like LOL, laugh out loud. I had inner conversations. What? However I felt in that moment when I was writing those pieces, that's how I left it. The only thing I really checked when I was editing my manuscript itself was actually if I had a run-on word, like I said the same word twice. You know when that happens? Those are the only thing I saved. But the cover, that was really fun for me because my cover has a lot of meaning to it. On the website, they also had a little software that says create a cover, where you have an option to either create it from scratch or you can upload a picture you already have and work from there, which is what I did. I had a picture. So Thru Shadz Eyes, a girl's journey through self-growth, is very symbolic for me. When I think about journey, I think about roads. So on my book, I wanted a road. So I used a very iconic road in Jamaica, which is my hometown, which is Holland. Very symbolic road. When I think about Thru Shadz Eyes, I wanted my actual eyes to be on the book, but I didn't want it to be creepy. So if you look very carefully, this is my actual eye. I laid in my bed, I took a picture of my eyes, and then I cropped it, and then I put it on top of the book, on top of the road. Basically, I'm gonna send you pictures because I don't have any technical knowledge in this. And so that's how the inspo came around for my cover. And I was able to literally upload this directly to KDP, this picture. And then they had the whole template that allowed me to play with the color schemes of the book, the font, the writing, and I played with the colors to see which one would look good on the book, which one would pop out. Went from inspiration to layout to resources to publishing with KDP to editing and error checking. Now that all that is done, the book is done, you submit the book, and then you have to wait a couple hours for Amazon basically to give you the thumbs up to say, yeah girl, you're good at road, your book good. So I did. It took about 1 day or less. It was pretty quick. And then that leads me to distribution. So the cool thing about publishing with Amazon, you would think I'm sponsored. The cool thing about publishing with Amazon is people can buy your book directly from Amazon. You know, the same Amazon that you use to buy stuff? People can literally go and type your name in, type your book in, and it pops up. So people can buy directly from Amazon. That was the best feeling. I remember telling everybody, go search my book. Like my closest friends, go search my book. I remember telling my boyfriend, go search my book. Just look it up and send me a screenshot. If you want to have physical copies like I have here to sign and give it to people or sell it to people, you can order your author copy. So on Amazon, you will have an author page basically, and it's pretty dope because the author copy was like $2.16 before shipping, and let's say you sell your book for $10, you know you still make a profit. So it's pretty dope. You can order bulk books. So that was a whole process of the book itself. So I just want to run you through like a quick my mindset throughout this. There were lots of negatives and positives in this journey. Biggest thing that I had to remember throughout the process, and if you're trying to write a book, is motivation is something that will not always be there. Inspiration is fire, but motivation won't always be there. And if I have to go on a limb, I'm gonna say 90% of the time you won't feel motivated. You won't feel like doing it. You won't want to look at it. It will turn you off. Your own project will turn you off. And that was something I had to come to grips with. Another thing for me that I struggled with was editing. It got very discouraging, where every single time I tried to edit it, something else was wrong. I would fix something and something else would be wrong. It's like having a bunch of stuff in your hand and then something keep on falling out to your hand. And I was like, oh, maybe I should just pay somebody to do this. But then I remember, what money, Sway? With what money? With what money? You have resources, you have internet. And the biggest positive of them all is you have all the resources that you need. Like internet has everything. YouTube itself can teach you to do anything. I learned practical skills of editing and formatting on the fly. So in the process, you get a transferable skill. And let me tell you something. The feeling that nothing can compare to is the joy, the small victories along the way when you're like, yes, my back cover is done. Yes, that page is no longer my error check page. Yes, yes, yes. The small victories along the way are, I can't explain it. And the victory that I felt when I received my first box of book, I managed to summarize 3 main lessons. If you have a vision, you see through to the end no matter what. Create accountability. Have a strong accountability partner or some kind of accountability for you that helps with the previous lesson, which is follow through. Anything you believe, you can make it real. You can make it real. Something can become an idea and then you can touch it. You can do it because we have all the resources we need beyond money. And this is why I believe, and my brother KJ always say, magic is real. I believe that one of the biggest benefits is you get to show the other person that it's possible to do it. Before I published my own book and felt it and smelt it with my own hands and nose, I never knew somebody in my close circle, like closest friends, family. I don't know a lot of people who've done that. For a lot of people who wanted to do this, some people who want to be authors, they don't think it's real for them. They don't think it's possible because they don't have the money. But it is. Magic is real. Real. You think of a product, you create a game plan, and you execute. Another benefit of doing a book, I believe, is books are timeless. Think about the books we read, that we study in history. They were written for generations. And I cannot not mention this because I would be a hypocrite, is that you get paid royalties forever. You get paid royalties. You die, but your legacy lives on. And I'm going to tell you, when I got my first royalty check, it wasn't even the money itself that felt gratifying. It was the fact that that money was being made in the background. I done finished the book and I still made money in the back. So that feels pretty good. How likely am I to do it again? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. The goal was to do one book because, I don't know, it came as an inspiration. I never wanted to be an author. I never got up and be like, oh, Sade's going to be an author. So the goal was to do this one book. And whew, when I tell you I was so stressed out in this process, I was like, whew, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. But I really do see stories, your personal story, my personal story, as a tool and for the world to know that tool. So I'm going to say 10 out of 10. I'm not going to say I would never do another version. So you do learn a lot from the first one. So the next one, you already going in well equipped to deal with it. You see me? So I highly, highly, highly recommend that everyone writes a book. It doesn't matter if you want to be an author. It doesn't matter if you want to write another one. Your story is beautiful. Your story is valid. And your story needs to be heard. I really, 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 really hope that this helped you a lot. I hope that you got some insight about the steps that brought me here to being a published author at 23 years old. It is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. This video was not specific on any topic. I'm not a editor by trade, but if you want me to go more specific into any one of the topics that I spoke about today, I'll gladly, with my resources and my skills, help you out. But thank you for coming in, my people, my peeps. So if you like this video, please, please, please like, share, subscribe, and please come back. I'm gonna miss you.